All right, guys, so you remember how the Kyle Rittenhouse trial judge kicked out MSNBC from the trial because they were accused of trying to follow, stalk, and photograph the jury, right? A freelancer was pulled over by the police after running a red light, essentially trying to follow a jury vehicle, right? A transportation vehicle that is used to carry the jury. Now, again, that made headlines, right? As, again, there was speculation that they were trying to, again, stalk the jury, photograph them, maybe reveal their identities, maybe, you know, I mean, we're talking about basically jury tampering, okay? It was something they was trying to do, right? They felt it was so important that homie, right, the freelancer that was up to this job, right, freelancer, he ran a red light trying to keep up with a vehicle, okay? So they have released body cam footage of this incident, and I want to watch it with you guys because I'm gonna tell you something. Even though they got off, the people involved in this, the guy that they pulled over and Miss Irene Byron, who apparently works for NBC News, they sound super guilty, right? Doing this interaction. Okay, now apparently it was NBC News. That is the company that was behind this, right? That's the media outlet. I believe NBC owns MSNBC, so I mean it's basically all the same thing, but it's NBC News. I just want that make that clear for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
So you got an iPad. Are you from Wisconsin, sir?
No.
Huh?
No.
Where you from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay. All right.
I mean, Dunwoody's my official. I flew up from Atlanta.
You flew up. Oh. What's significance of you being here?
I work for NBC.
For NBC?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a reporter?
Producer.
Producer? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Why was he following a vehicle?
I don't know. So were you following a vehicle?
I was trying to see. I was being called by New York, going, maybe these are people you need to follow, but I don't know. I was trying to.
You trying to what?
Just do what they told me to do.
New York told you to follow a vehicle?
Yes.
Your offices in New York or what?
That's right.
How did they know about this vehicle?
I mean,
So they told him to follow the vehicle. This guy's saying, I'm just doing what they told me to do. I'm just following orders, right? And my question at that point would have been, what were the orders, right? What did they tell you to do, right? Did they tell you just to follow the vehicle for no reason? Or did they tell you to do a little bit more, right? They tell you to do a little bit more. Those are questions I would have had.
it's discreet. I wasn't like, you know, talk to anybody or anything. Just trying to find a location. That's all.
So he's been told to follow.
He was told to follow somebody. He's told to follow this vehicle from his offices in New York.
What office?
It's the NBC office in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the person who called you and told you to do this?
Yeah.
You want to give me his information real quick?
You want me to call?
Sure.
So we got news media telling him to follow unmarked vehicle.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and that's a big deal, right? A news media, a major news outlet, NBC News, following a jury vehicle, right? Again, it's stuff like this, there should be severe consequences for it. The sad part is that there won't be any consequences for it, even though, in my opinion, just reading about what originally happened, listening to the judge talk about it, now seeing the body cam footage, it seems to me that it is obvious that they were attempting to find out the identities of these jurors, to maybe tamper with them, maybe talk to them, maybe figure out their locations. They were doing something, right, that in my opinion shouldn't be legal, right? And what may have happened here is that the police may have pulled this guy over before he actually committed the crime that he was set out to do, right? That's what it seems like.
Hey, law enforcement wants to talk to you.
Hi, this is Officer Jones, Kenosha Police. We're trying to figure out what's going on here, why you have a reporter or a producer following vehicles out here.
Now, this is Irene Byron, right? She is the person that allegedly put this guy up to this job, okay?
Hold on, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone because you're connected to this car. Now, can you go again?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Hi, officer. My name is Irene. I'm a booking producer with NBC News. We were just trying to respectfully, just trying to see if it's possible to find any leads about the case, and so we were just keeping our distance, just to see like where people involved in the trial are positioned. By no means were we trying to get in contact with any of the jury members or whoever's in the car. We just were trying to see like where key players in the trial may be at.
Okay, so this right here, in my opinion, it's convinced me 100%. They were definitely trying to, at the very least, get in contact with members of the jury, find out their locations, you know, where they live, stuff like that, which is information that can be used to identify them, right? To me, they were trying to find identifying information. The first guy said that we were just trying to find some locations. Now, this woman is basically kind of saying the same thing in regards to, well, we're just trying to find some locations. Okay, locations of what? Okay, obviously locations of the jurors, something in relation to the jurors. I'm thinking that they probably were trying to find out where they live at. If they find out where they live at, they can leak some information, and who knows? You know, people find out where these people live at. Guess what? The mob shows up, right? Just like we saw with George Floyd's nephew, Mr. Cortez, right? He found out where the judge for the Kim Potter trial, right, the Daunte Wright incident, where she lives at. They show up to her apartment, right? Also in that same video, he's talking about trying to get the identities of the jurors in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Again, so there are people out here who actively want this information so that they can show up and intimidate these people, right? That's what they want to do in order to influence the outcome of the trial. That to me is my conspiracy in regards to what I think they were trying to do. That's me personally, right? I mean, listen to her explain to the cops why did she have one of her lackeys out here following a vehicle related to the trial. She basically says, well, you know, like we were just trying to get some key information on some players in the trial that may be able to help us find some locations. Hey, don't worry. We're not out here trying to talk to the jury or anything like that, even though the cops never mentioned that the vehicle in question was a jury vehicle or that the jury was involved at all. Matter of fact, he never even mentioned that the vehicle was involved with the trial at all. He was just like, hey, you got reporters out here following vehicles, right? They were just asking, look, there's a vehicle here that you're following, right? What's up with that? They didn't mention anything about the jury, right? It could have been anybody. Okay, could have been anybody that this man was following. Could have been a judge, could have been lawyers, could have been Kyle Rittenhouse. It could have been some witnesses. It could have been anybody. But she mentioned the jury because that to me signals that she knows what they were pulling this man over for, right? Even though she wasn't there, she wasn't told that. She knows because that was the assignment, right? That was the assignment. It's very obvious that these people were up to no good. It's very obvious in my opinion. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, why are you bringing this up already when you weren't even asked about this? You have very little information about why you're getting a call in the first place, unless you knew that this vehicle was following this jury bus for reasons that you know are probably not legal and that are wrong. That's just my opinion. To me, that she just sound guilty as I don't know what.
So
if you want, I can just offer this up. Once the verdict comes, like these are the letters that the clerk is going to be giving to them. So this is,
hold on a second.
Oh, just trying to.
We have hard ID on the individual. Apparently, he's a producer with NBC. Currently on the phone with his offices in New York, who advised him to follow a vehicle in reference to the case. 10-4. Real. 651-494. You said it was a red light violation?
Again, this person blew through a red light trying to follow this vehicle. Okay? Oh, they're just trying to get some leads, right? Just regular investigating. Nothing sketchy, right? Nothing so important to them that they had to blow through a red light, literally break traffic laws to try to keep up with the vehicle they were following. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, real quick, how you advised him to follow like any vehicle? Did you know which vehicle he was following?
We just had our people positioned in different areas of the courthouse to see if anyone would be able to in different areas, and so we were just following different.
Okay, so I want you guys to understand what she's trying to say here is that, well, we were just following different vehicles, right? We weren't really trying to target the jury. We just had people positioned at the courthouse, and people that were leaving, we would just follow them, right? As if, you know, hey, we're not targeting the jury here. But again, the fact that she even had to say that that's what they weren't doing, even though she wasn't asked about that at all. She was just told that, hey, you know, we pulled this guy over because, you know, he's following a vehicle related to the case. Again, the officer didn't tell her that that's who this guy was following. But so again, for her to bring that up, she obviously knew that that's who the guy was following, right? She obviously knew that. What she's saying here is a lie, in my opinion, right? You're not just going to follow a bunch of random vehicles.
We're going to ask you guys to not do that. All right, that's a concern here. This is huge. We can't afford anything crazy happening, putting people in dangerous positions. This individual violated some traffic laws here doing this. So we're going to ask you guys to refrain from doing that.
Got it. Understood. Thank you so much. I'm very sorry. We're very sorry.
I'm very sorry.
Go ahead, 494. Do you have any ties to this community, sir?
I love this community. I've covered a lot of golf, Whistling Straits. Not the Kenosha community itself.
Negative. He do not have any ties here. He's from out of state.
Officer's like, Cap, stop. You're not from here, bro. You have no ties here whatsoever.
Friends.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
I apologize.
Irene, what's your position?
Booking producer.
Booking producer.
Yeah, so that's the end of that. My gut feeling is they were definitely up to no good. I think they were definitely trying to, at the very least, identify who the jurors were, right? Maybe get photos of them. Maybe they were trying to contact them. Who knows? Maybe they were trying to tamper with them. All I'm saying is that I feel like this guy got really lucky, right? And NBC got really lucky because it seems to me that the police pulled him over before he could actually do what they were trying to do, right? Because in my opinion, there's no other reason for you to follow that bus unless you were trying to, again, photograph, identify, contact somebody that was in that jury, right? That's the only reason you would be doing that. What other reason would you want to do that, right? And again, just so happens that because this guy was trying to keep up with it so bad, okay, that he ran a red light, he got pulled over. It seems to me that they got lucky. Again, the police initially said that, yeah, we thought this guy was trying to photograph the jury bus. However, he never actually was able to get any photographs or anything like that, but that's what they thought that he was trying to do. All I know is this. It's a shame that nobody's going to face any charges for this, that there's not going to be any punishment for this, because, again, this stuff right here is unacceptable. And this is the time that we're living in where you have not just, you know, the woke revolutionaries on the left, but also the mainstream liberal media trying to undermine the integrity and sovereignty of our institutions, right? And to me, in my opinion, this looks like a blatant attempt to do so. And it's absolutely unacceptable. And it concerns me, right? That this stuff right here is happening in our country where people are doing this, where news media is trying to tamper with the jury and trying to affect the outcome of trials, right? It's insane. But anyways, I still think that the officer did a good job here. I think he kept it business. You know, he asked questions. He, you know, got the answers. And, you know, ultimately, in the day, they really don't have anything on him because, again, I believe they got stopped before the dude was actually trying to do what he was trying to do. But that information got to the judge. The judge kicked him out of the trial or didn't allow MSNBC in the trial. And it's very embarrassing and damaging for that network. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it has not been great for the mainstream liberal media lately, right? Their credibility is all but ruined between this, the Cuomo stuff. Again, the mainstream liberal media, not looking too good for them, man. Not looking too good. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.